The Irrational Confidence Podcast. We're going to Boulder, Colorado. Coach Prime, Colorado is 4-1 this year. They're 2-0 as well in the Big 12. They're going to be hosting the visiting Kansas State Wildcats. At time of record, Kansas State is a 4-point road favorite. This is the third out of 4 games fresh. We have had 3 road favorites. It scares me a little bit with those road favorites there, but where are you seeing? Over-under in this game is 56.5 points. I think Coach Prime is starting to put everything together and might be starting to meet where expectations were last year, but I don't think he's going to get to that upper level there fresh. Kansas State has looked good, but again, there's still questions over there. What do you got for these two?
Well, up to this point, Colorado, you mentioned Coach Prime, Shedeur, Travis Hunter, et cetera, they don't have that marquee win in this program. If you're going to call them beating TCU last year in the opener in an offensive shootout or beating Nebraska last year as a marquee win, you're on the Kool-Aid. You're really just drinking something. You're oblivious to the whole situation. If you even think that them blowing out UCF a couple of weeks ago was a marquee win, you're on something. They need this to really define who they are, because right now it's an amazing, uber talented player in Travis Hunter, an athletic quarterback in Shedeur Sanders, and then Coach Prime and Warren Sapp on the sideline. That's who the Colorado Buffaloes are. They are flash and flame. They're Hollywood. They're Gucci, whatever. They have not shown me to be able to beat a good football team. And here's your chance at home versus a very scrappy, disciplined, aggressive, hard-hitting, talented football team. Coach Kleiman and the Wildcats coming into Boulder on a mission. Their last road game, they went to BYU and got smacked around. I guarantee they're not going to come in overlooking CU like they might have overlooked or were not prepared for BYU. This is your chance, though, Colorado. If you want to go out there, you need to let everything hang out. Throw the ball around the yard, run, block, and tackle. Show me you have grown up. Show me you can play defense. Show me you can cover gaps. Show me you can wrap up and tackle. Someone other than Travis Hunter on the defense doing something productive. Someone on the offense consistently other than Shedeur and Travis Hunter doing something productive. Not 1 or 2 plays here or there. I need multiple attacks, multiple plays. We've got to see growth offensively under Shermer. We've got to see growth defensively and make it consistent week in and week out. This is your last chance, because I guarantee you right now, Colorado's going to be terrible next year when Shedeur and Travis Hunter leave. This is their time to shine. They've got to fulfill it. They've got to grow and they've got to get it done, because their 2 meal tickets to keep this team really growing and moving forward are going to be in the NFL. So you have to strike while the iron's hot right now. You've got to be aggressive, but you also have to treat this Kansas State game like you opener versus North Dakota State. They are going to run the football. They are going to be physical. You have got to learn from that experience and be prepared for the Wildcats when they come to town. Looking at Kansas State, I mentioned the BYU trip. They opened with 2 lanes. They're road tested. This is not a challenge. They are going to be ready for the experience, ready for the hostile environment, knowing what they do. They are very battle tested. They are locked in, and they are going to play a solid game plan of run the football, tackle, keep people in front of you, double coverage Hunter, and force everything to be used around the field. Force the door to find other receivers and keep the drives alive. K-State defense, they shut down Noah Fafita and McMillan when they came to Manhattan a couple weeks ago. They faced a solid mobile quarterback and a ultra uber talented wide receiver before. I'm going to say Shedeur and Hunter are better than McMillan and Fafita as an overall comparison, but they're not that much better. You have to use that experience. It's close. I think Shedeur's a little better than Fafita, but Hunter's better than McMillan are about a toss-up. So
yeah,
you have to use that as a gauge of, we've done it here. We've just got to make sure our game's a little bit better and take it up a notch for this game. If they do that, they're in great shape. If Travis Hunter gets loose, whew, it could be a day. Avery Johnson is actually the dark horse in this football game. He's not going to get the shining light of the quarterback position, but he has some solid skills. Much more of a runner than a thrower. But if his legs get going, can that Colorado defense rein him in? Can they tackle on, first time up? Or are they going to let him shred them on the ground? And then also let that play action, that boot up, and eventually they start putting eyes on the backfield and paying attention to him and letting K-State receivers get open in the secondary. He is the weapon that's got to be successful if they're going to keep this winning streak going, or if they're going to keep this game going for Kansas State and find a way to get a W and stay in contention for the Big 12 title. If he makes some unorthodox throws or tries to think too much and tries to be too much of a passer as opposed to a runner, that could be the downfall. He's just got to do his game. Use your feet. Let the passing game when you need it on third down or here sprinkle in some second downs, but use your feet and be productive. You have DJ Giddens also in the backfield, a very solid running back. The two of you can right there, a 1-2 punch, dominate, keep it going. This Colorado defense is not an elite defense. You have opportunities to move the football. You do not try to get cocky with the offense. Don't try to do too much. Chains, down the distance. Keep Shedeur and Travis offensively on the sideline. And that's the best way you're going to be able to win. If you limit their possessions and limit their explosiveness and wear that Colorado defense out. I think it's a slow starting ball game. I think both teams will be in it, but in the second half, I just trust Kansas State. I trust Kleinman, the coaching staff, too much, and I think they find ways to pull it out. I'm going to say 34-30 Kansas State late in the ball game. They'll grind it out and pull it away. But it'll be a fun one to watch, and it'll definitely show Colorado growing as a program from where they were earlier in the year, even last year.
Yeah, I think growth is a great way to describe what we're seeing out of this Colorado program. And again, I've never thought that Coach Prime was a bad coach. He's unorthodox and he's different than everybody else. But college football is littered with guys who are different coaches or did things a unique way. He's utilizing the transfer portal. It's interesting. You asked about who's going to step up other than Travis Hunter in this football game for the Buffs. You take a look at LeJontay Wester. He's got 5 touchdowns in the last 4 games. It looks like he, right now, is developing that number 2 chemistry that when Travis Hunter is double teamed or anything like that, that you got another option to go to there. Fresh, this K-State team is really good, and I do like Avery Johnson a lot. But again, you brought up a point that really kind of bugs me a little bit, is that he has become, almost a little, I won't say too much, but a little bit too dependent on his legs by just a hair. I would like for him to run just a little bit less, not a ton. I mean, if you're a dual threat quarterback, the pocket breakdown, absolutely take off and go. There's time and a place for design quarterback runs. I just think that you maybe need to dial it back a touch more. Go with Giddens, go with Edwards over there as well. Get that run game going for Kansas State. Kansas State is a really good, their defense is really solid, but it is on running the football. Colorado's not going to run the football a whole bunch. They're going to throw the ball all over the yard in this one. I actually really like the over in this game. I actually feel like the over is going to come in here, not by a ton. I think maybe like 58, 59 points is kind of close to where I'm feeling this one. But I hate to say this. I think that we're going to respect Colorado at the end of this game. But I feel like K-State is going to win exactly by the spread. I think it's going to be like a 4-point football game. Not going to really guess a score. I'll go like a 29-25, like a weirdo score like that. But this is going to be where we walk away saying, okay, Colorado is making improvements. Yeah, are they a top 20 team, top 15 team? No. Are they better than where they were 2 years ago? Hell yeah.
I think from a physicality standpoint, like North Dakota State and Nebraska are good litmus tests for them. You've had those two affairs. How do you adjust and show improvement? I think UCF, they're more of a flash kind of specialty offense, special team, very similar to Colorado. So that wasn't a physical combat situation. Those other two games were. How they've shown growth in those two and learning experiences to be prepared for a brawl, a blue collar brawl, in Boulder.